Stephanie. Well, Oregon has done vote by mail for decades, and today's Secretary of State Tobias Reed and other officials emphasize that it is secure, it saves money, and is known to boost voter turnout, despite what the president has said.
Know that when you make voting easier, people are more likely to vote. And that's what terrifies Donald Trump.
President Donald Trump's recent comments calling vote by mail corrupt have led to some concern.
We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots.
Vote by mail has existed in Oregon for decades. Friday morning, federal, state, and local officials spoke out against the president.
We're going to carry the campaign against this authoritarian effort to corrupt our elections.
His recent threat to sign an executive order ending vote by mail is not just illegal at face value, but is, as you've heard, yet another attempt to suppress our democracy and to keep his allies in power.
The legality of it coming into question.
He seems to have forgotten that Article 1, Section 4 is very clear. States run elections, not presidents. And in Oregon, we're going to defend that authority every single time.
President Trump also speaking with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who reportedly told him there can be no honest election with mail-in voting.
Since we're being advised by a foreign dictator, an authoritarian, we felt it was important to start the mobilization early, and that's what we're doing.
Republicans like Oregon Congressman Cliff Bentz addressing the president's comments at a meeting a few weeks ago.
If my constituents say they no longer trust vote by mail, we better do something different, because we can't have a system where people don't trust us.
However, even his audience seemed mostly in support of voting by mail.
Would everybody that wants to keep voting by mail raise their hand, please? Okay, and then everybody that wants to shift to having the old days where we all went down and voted, raise your hand.
Meanwhile, Democrat lawmakers saying they will do everything they can to make sure this does not become reality.
I think one of the concerns is the effort to blackmail states into action, saying, hey, if you don't do what I, the President of the United States, the King of the universe, wants you to do, I'm going to cut off your transportation funding or your health care funding. No, that has been knocked down by the courts before, and I'm confident it'll be knocked down again.
Reed also addressed the DMV's voter registration error that occurred last year that may have left some skeptical. While he called it an unfortunate error, he noted how very few of those registered actually ended up voting, and since then, they've added a number of checks and controls that reduce the likelihood of that ever happening again. Stephanie?
All right, Celine, thank you so much for that report.